everybody, welcome back to another story time from the Twinsburg Public Library. Today's story time is all about going back to school. I am so excited for school to start again, so I picked some of my very favorite school stories to share with you today. But first, we should say hello. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Like maybe you're in school and should be using your very quiet indoor voice. Let's try it. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Hello, everybody. Great indoor whispering voices. I love it. Let's try the opposite of quiet. Do you remember what the opposite of quiet is? That's right, it's loud. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Storytime. Let's make sure our voices are extra ready for our stories today. We'll sing our ABCs together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Great job. Thank you, everybody, for singing those ABCs with me. Now we are ready for our first school story. And this is a very fun story called School's First Day of School. Have you ever thought about how school feels about school starting? I don't think I ever had until I read this story by Adam Rex. Let's see how school feels when school's about. That summer, they dug up the big field and poured the foundation and set brick on top of brick until they'd built a school. A sign above the door read, Frederick Douglass Elementary. That's a good name for me, thought the school. Most days, a man named Janitor came to mop the school and buff his floors and wash his windows. This is nice, the school said to Janitor. Just the two of us. Won't be just us for long, said Janitor. Soon the teachers will come, and then you'll be filled with children. The school creaked. Children? All kinds of children. They'll come to play games and to learn. Oh, said the school. Will you be here? You'll see me after the school day is over, said Janitor. Don't worry, you'll like the children. But the school thought that Janitor was probably wrong about that. Then they came, the children did, and there were more of them than the school could possibly have imagined. They got everywhere. They opened and closed all of his doors and lockers and drank water from his fountains and played on his jungle gym. So that's what that is for, thought the school. Some of the older kids gathered by the school's back fence and showed each other their bored faces. This place stinks, said one, and the school gasped. I hate school, said another with puffy hair, to the agreement of his friends. The school sagged a little. It would be sad to hear, wouldn't it? One very small girl with freckles didn't want to come inside the school at all. Her mother had to carry her. I must be awful, the school whispered to himself. Later, he squirted the puffy-haired kid in the face at the water fountain, but he felt bad about it after. He watched the kindergarten kid sit on one of his rugs. The teacher said, as we go around the circle, please tell us your name. There's an Aiden and a Max and a Bella and another Aiden and an Emma and a Caden and a Chloe. The small girl with freckles was next, but she wouldn't speak. She only stared at her shoes until the teacher moved on. I don't like school, she whispered into her lap. Well, thought the school, maybe it doesn't like you either. Children were in their chairs finally, but just as the school was starting to relax, his fire alarm sounded and all the children exited and walked to the other side of the field and stared at him. He was so embarrassed. He held his doors open for them when they returned. "Sorry," he said as the first child entered. "Sorry, sorry, sorry," he told them all, even the little girl with freckles. At 12 o'clock, the school was filled with food. At 12:30, the school was filled with garbage. At one table, a boy told a funny joke, and another boy laughed so hard that milk came out of his nose. "Now I'm covered with nose milk," thought the school. He had to admit that it was a pretty funny joke, though. Even the girl with the freckles liked it. After lunch, the kindergarten kids learned about shapes. "A rectangle has 4 sides," said the teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4. "And a square has 4 sides, too. In fact, a square is actually a special kind of rectangle." "Wow," said the school. "I did not know that." Afterward, the children made pictures with glitter and paste. The girl with freckles made a picture of the school. "He looks just like me," thought the school, "except glittery. It's like she's known me all my life." "Do you think I could have your picture?" the teacher asked her. "Don't tell anyone, but I think it's the best." The school thought she was probably right about that. The freckled girl smiled when the teacher stuck her drawing onto the school wall with a pushpin. "Ouch," said the school. But he didn't mind. Not really. At 3 o'clock, the parents came to pick up the children. At 3:30, janitor came to pick up the school. "I was full of kids," the school told him, "and I heard a joke, and I accidentally had a fire drill, but everyone was nice about it, and I listened to a classroom and learned about shapes." "You had a big day," said janitor. "Do you think," the school said, "do you think you could invite everyone to come back tomorrow, especially that little freckled girl?" The janitor nodded. "I'll see what I can do." Later, janitor sat on top of the school and they watched the sun go down. "In the beginning, I didn't know what I was," said the school. "I thought I was your house." "Nope," said janitor. I suppose some other place gets to be your house," the school added. Janitor nodded. "That's true, but you get to be a school. That's lucky." And the school thought he was probably right about that. And how lucky is that school? He gets to meet so many kids and learn so many things. I bet the same I bet it'll be the same for you when you get to go to school, whenever that is, right? But to get ready for school, I think we should make a friend. Maybe I can introduce you to my teeny tiny friend, a little bookworm. Let's see if we can find this little bookworm. All right, friends, I have a little friend here, a teeny tiny bookworm. And this bookworm would love to go to school with us, but he can be a little bit shy. So sometimes if he gets nervous, he'll hide inside of a book. Do you think you can help me figure out what book this bookworm might be hiding in? Let's see if we can find out. All right, friends, it's time to look for this bookworm. All we have to say is, "Bookworm, bookworm, hiding in a book. Bookworm, bookworm, where should we look?" Which book do you think we should look inside first? Do you think he's hiding in the red book, the blue book, the purple book, the green book, the pink book, or the yellow book? Which one should we try? I think our bookworm is green. I'd like to try the green book first. Let's see, is he in the green book? Not there. Bookworm, you are a good hider. Let's see if we can try again. Ready? Bookworm, bookworm, hiding in a book. Bookworm, bookworm, where should we look? I am not sure. Do you think he might be in the yellow book? That's one of my favorite colors. Let's check the yellow book. No bookworm there. Let's try. Let's try. I bet bookworms love being outside on a nice sunny day. What color is the sky when the weather is nice and sunny? I think the sky is blue. Let's see if he's in the blue book. No bookworm in the blue book. So the bookworm must be in the red book, the pink book, or the purple book? Let's say our rhyme one more time. Maybe that will get him to come out of his book. Ready? Bookworm, bookworm, hiding in a book. Bookworm, bookworm, where should we look? I think let's try the purple book. That's my other favorite color. I think he might be in the purple book. Let's check. There he is. There's Bookworm. Good finding, everybody. Thank you so much for helping, everybody. We've made a friend, and that means we are all set for school. But you know, not everybody wants to go to school, right? Sometimes you meet someone like the Pigeon, who does not want to go to school. But this book is called The Pigeon Has to Go to School, right? Let's see how the pigeon feels about that. Oops. Wait, don't read that title. The pigeon has to go to school. Too late. Rats. Why do I have to go to school? I already know everything. Go on, ask me a question. Any question. Do you think the pigeon knows everything? He's pretty smart. Well, he didn't know that question. Well, I know almost everything. Does school start in the morning? Because you know what I'm like in the morning. It is not pretty. I wish I was a little chick again. A little itty bitty not going to school baby weeby pigeon. Because babies don't go to school, right? And if if Pigeon was a baby again, he wouldn't have to go to school. He says, what if I don't like school? What if I really don't like it? What if I really, really don't like it? What if the teacher doesn't like pigeons? Oh no. What if Pigeon ended up in a classroom with a teacher who doesn't like pigeons? And the stuff, what about all the stuff? There's so much stuff to learn. What if I learn too much? My head might pop off. Oh! If his head gets too full of thoughts, I'm scared. Do you think that's why Pigeon doesn't want to go to school? Do you think it's because he's scared? Maybe. What will happen at school? What do you think? What if there's math or numbers? Why does the alphabet have so many letters? Reading can be hard with one big eye. What about lunch? What will the other birds think of me? Will finger paint stick to my feathers? What is up with those heavy backpacks? I'm just a fragile bird. The unknown stresses me out. He has a lot of worries about school. There should be a place to practice those things, with experts to help you, and books and classrooms and other birds to work and play with. Maybe a playground? Hey, wait a second. That sounds pretty familiar to me. A place with friends and books and classrooms, maybe a playground, and people to help you out and have fun with. Does that sound like a place you know? Oh, that is school. Huh. Well, how am I supposed to get there anyway? How do you get to school? Maybe your parents drive you, or maybe you take, the bus. The pigeon's finally going to be allowed on the bus. Step aside, coming through. The pigeon has to go to school. Oh, good. We are finally excited for school. I knew we could get the pigeon on board with going to school. School is just so much fun. So many things to do and things to learn and friends to play with. I bet everyone will have a great time at school. But you know what? Since we're getting ready for school, that means this is our last video story time of this season. So let's say an extra special goodbye together with our library door song, right? We'll go, the library doors go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The library doors go open and shut all day long. We check our books in and out, in and out. In and out, we check our books, in and out, all day long.
Now our time is up, but we'll see you next week. See you next week. See you next week. Our time is up, but we'll see you next week at the library. Thank you so much for joining me with Storytime this summer, everybody. I'm so glad you could make it. We'll see you real soon. Bye.